Okay, so we are going to find the solution for number 1, which says that we're going to factor the quadratic function f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 5x minus 18. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to factor this by grouping, also known as the factor by grouping, also known as the AC method. And the reason that it's called the AC method is that this is A and this is C, and we're going to multiply A times C, right? A times C, right? So that's going to be 2 times negative 18, which is going to give us negative 36, okay? So that's always, whenever we have a situation where this number right here is not 1. In other words, where there's a number there at all. If it didn't have a number here, then the number would be 1. The leading coefficient would be 1, and we wouldn't have to worry about it. But it does have a number here, so we're going to have to worry about it. So we use the good old AC method. And what we're trying to do is, now we're trying to find, instead of looking for two numbers that multiply to give you the last number and add to give you the middle number, instead now we're going to look for two numbers that that multiply to give us AC and add to give us that middle number. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, so it could be, plus or minus 1 times plus or minus 36. If I add those together, I can't get 5, right? So there's 2 and 18. So that's going to give me 20 or 16. So that's not going to work. There's 3 and 12, which will give me either 15 or 9. That's not going to work. What about 4 and 9? Yes, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 9. Okay, so that will, because the difference of 9 and 4 is 5. So I'll be able to get this negative 5 here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that my 4 is going to be positive and my 9 is going to be negative. Okay, and then I'm going to finish this off by factoring by grouping. Okay, I'm going to take the plus 4 and the minus 9. I'm going to break this into plus 4x and minus 9x. Okay, and I'm going to end up with 2x squared plus 4x minus 9x minus 18. So you see what I've done here? I've kept this guy and put him right here. I've kept this guy and put him right here. And then I've broken up this into these two terms. Okay? My next step is to factor by grouping. I'm going to group these two. I'm going to group these two. And I'm going to factor out the greatest common factor of each. Well, the greatest common factor for these two is going to be 2, right? Because the greatest common factor of 2 and 4 is 2. And then also x. Okay? So I've got 2x times x plus 2, right? 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 2 is plus 4x. Minus, and it looks like 9 is the greatest common factor between these two. So minus 9 times x plus 2. Okay? Now, we're almost done. This has to match this in order for us to be able to factor this by grouping. And it does. They're both x plus 2. So since those are both x plus 2, I can then combine this one with this one, and my ending answer is going to be 2x minus 9 times x plus 2. And I'm done.